People, what's up? It's me again, Young Monster 3, and it is that time of the year when I am going to rank the 10 best movies that I've watched during the year. And now I have to say as well that all of these movies are 10 out of 10 movies, so either of them could have like changed place, or maybe I could have redo the whole list because I would put some other movie in that place or that place, but this is how I managed to place these movies in a top 10 list about like how much I enjoy them. So yeah, now before I begin the video I just need to fix that goddamn lamp again. So yeah, sorry for always forgetting that, but yeah, my brain is in like scrambles. So yeah, now let's begin with the top 10 list. At first, number 10, we have a movie called Lion, which came out in 2016. Sorry, I just lost my mind right for a second. It is about an Indian boy who's basically parentless, or he becomes parentless, or he thinks so, because he loses his brother in a... He doesn't lose his brother, but they like run away from each other and they can't seem to find each other because they are in danger of child work or child, I don't really know what to call it in English, but and he basically succeeds at like escaping this hell and escape the country, and he gets adopted by two Australians, one played by Nicole Kidman. I don't remember who the husband was, but I think Nicole Kidman played the mother. And then we follow his like flashbacks and stuff that he has from India, and he wants to try to connect or try to get contact with his family again. So yeah, Lion at number 10. I'm not gonna spoil anything else about that movie. At number 9 is a movie actually I do have in my collection, but I was just too lazy to put it out because it was part of the Alfred Hitchcock collection, which I showed in my, I think it was like my previous video. And the movie is called The 39 Steps from 1935, one of Hitchcock's earlier movies, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, he's really good at capturing those crime thriller type movies. So yeah, The 39 Steps at number 9. And at number 8 is a movie called American Yakuza. This was released in 1993, and when I just look here on the list, I can see that there are several films from the year 1993. So yeah, just a little spoiler there in the list, if you say so. But yeah, this movie is about Viggo Mortensen's character. He's basically an ex-convict, and he gets released, and he basically has a mission to do to infiltrate this Yakuza gang to see what they're up to, and he actually becomes friends with the Yakuza boss played by this guy. I don't remember his name. I think it was now let's see here, Ryo Ishibashi, who I think he was also in Takashi Miike film Audition. And I think the reason why I enjoy this movie so much is because of the chemistry between these two characters. Because before I started to watch this, I was thinking that this is going to be another movie in the, among others, like your typical action films that are not really special, but this just has, the characters in this movie is really, they are all really likable and great performances by all of them. So yeah, American Yakuza at number 8. Now let's see here. At number 7 is another movie which I do not have, which I watched with a couple of friends, and it is a movie from 2001 called Spirited Away. This is the only animated film on this list, and I was just mesmerized by by all the pictures and all the animation. I mean, for a 2001 movie, it's just remarkable that they managed to do as good as they was, because yeah, the animation is great. I can't say anything else. And the story is a little bit weird at parts, but I just thought they were creative. I mean, they were very weird and very odd in very many ways, but they managed to tell a story in a great way, and you always kept yourself with your eyes open throughout the whole movie. I mean, there was no part that were really boring, even though I think the movie runs for 2 hours. So yeah, that's a good sign right there. So yeah, Spirited Away at number 7. And at number 6 is Groundhog Day. I can't believe I've never watched this movie before, because this is considered like a modern day classic. Maybe not modern day, well, it was released in 93 as well, so everyone already knows about this movie, so I'm not going to go into any more details about it. But yeah, if you want any more details about it, just look it up on IMDb or something. So yeah, Groundhog Day. Excuse me. Then we have at number 5, a movie with John Candy, the one right here, Uncle Buck. Just John Candy in the 80s, it was just something special about him. I mean, he was so likable in any role he took. At least from all of the movies that I've seen so far from the 80s with John Candy. The only John Candy movie which I've not liked is a movie from the 70s called The Clown Murders, but I don't really think there's like anyone who's basically seen it, because it seems to be very obscure and rare to get. So yeah, Uncle Buck, this is another movie which almost everyone have already seen. But if you're a fan of John Candy and not seen Uncle Buck, what's wrong with you? Just watch it right away. Uncle Buck at number 5. And at number 4 is a movie which I actually thought I had watched before, but I must have mixed it up with some other movie or something. But yeah, this is the movie Heat from 95. Just look at the cast. I mean, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer. I think there was like so many famous people in this movie. I can't remember all of them, but yeah, Jon Voight as well. This is, I think Michael Mann actually did a movie before this, which was called L.A. Takedown or something, and that was a made-for-TV movie. So that almost felt like a warm-up for this movie to come out. So yeah, this is another movie which almost everyone have already seen by now. Heat at number 4. And at number 3 is a movie which I was ashamed of myself as a horror fan that I had not seen it before or prior to 2017. But I finally did, and it blew me away. And the movie is called Nosferatu, the original from 1922. For such an old movie, this is just awesome. I mean, the year it came out, 1922, this must have been horrifying for people to watch during that time, because it's a little bit funny, because the guy who actually plays the vampire, Max Schreck, he does his role so good that people on set actually believe that he was a real vampire. I mean, if that's not like, if this is not like a sign enough, I mean, just check out this movie, because Max Schreck really looks horrific and scary in this movie. And this was like long before CGI or anything, so yeah, check this movie out if you haven't seen it. Nosferatu at number 3. And at number 2 is a movie which actually, this was one of the very first movies that I watched during the last year, and it came in number 2 on the list, and the movie is Planes, Trains and Automobiles, another John Candy film. This is probably my favorite John Candy film. Except for, I mean, Uncle Buck and Spaceballs are also one of my. These are like my top 3 John Candy films. I did watch another movie called Harry. Oh my God, Who's Harry Crumb? I believe the movie was. It was not as funny, but this one is just priceless. Once again, the chemistry between these two people. I mean, Steve Martin and John Candy. It's great, and the comedy is great. I mean, this is what a great comedy film really is. I mean, so many movies today are really trying too hard to like capture that laugh or get the audience to laugh, but so many in the audience basically just think it's bullshit. I'm actually one of them with the modern day comedy films. But yeah, if you want a really great comedy film, just watch this film. I mean, it's so great, and the dialogue is great as well, and the storyline and the characters is just makes this movie a masterpiece in my opinion. So yeah, Planes, Trains and Automobiles. Now almost talked for about 10 minutes, so I need to speed up with number 1. Number 1 is a movie I'm not too sure if this. No, it was not directed by Quentin Tarantino, but I guess he was involved in the project. And the movie is directed by Tony Scott, rest in peace. And yeah, the movie is True Romance. This is another film from 1993. And you just look at this cast. I mean, Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Gary Oldman, Brad Pitt, Christopher Walken, James Gandolfini, Samuel L. Jackson, Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette. I mean, that cast, I mean, it's just, oh my god, it's such a great cast, and the acting is great. And this is one of those movies which actually seems to be like, if you really have dark humor, this is really the movie for you. I was actually considering placing like Natural Born Killers on this list as well, but that movie was a little bit too choppy for me, if you get what I mean. I mean, it was so, I enjoyed it, but I didn't really like the editing in it. It was just so forced in a way, in my opinion. But yeah, this one is like the perfect crime type film or action. I'm not too sure of how to categorize this film, if it's like an action or drama or thriller. I mean, it's basically all of those genres combined. So yeah, True Romance at number 1. Thank you very much for watching, and this was the top 10 of the list of the year, the best movies that I watched. So all of these were 10 out of 10 stars. So I can really recommend all of them. And the next video is basically going to be about the top 10 worst films that I watched during the year as well. So yeah, I don't really know if I'm looking forward to do that video or not, because they're all pieces of crap. But yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. You need to warn people about bad movies as well. So yeah, hope everyone enjoyed and didn't get bored, and hope to see you again as soon as possible. So see you next time. Bye bye.